Tennessee cops, including a married female officer, fired after repeated wild sex romps. Oh my God. This is a story out of Tennessee. A small Tennessee police station has been rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after my goodness, cheating. A married female officer allegedly had steamy romps with six male officers. Holy, that sounds fun, 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 fun. Including illicit on-duty liaisons, according to reports. Officer Maegan Hall and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild sexcapades that included sending dirty pictures, taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party. What? The year is 2023, and there are Girls Gone Wild hot tub parties happening. That's a shock. And even having oral sex with two officers at the Laverne, Tennessee police station. Wow, they're blowing each other at the police station. The steamy shenanigans in which Hall allegedly bragged about the size of one of her partner's genitals and claimed to be in an open marriage not only led Hall to be canned, but led to the firings of Sergeant Lewis Powell, Officer Juan Lugo, and Sergeant Ty McGowan and Detective Seneca Shields, according to a December internal investigation. Am I painting a picture? Are we getting a visual here? Two other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, Patrick Magliocco and Larry Holiday, kept their jobs but wound up suspended. Oh my God. Girl, she don't look like a freak, but she is. That's her being sworn in 2021. Oh, this was being sworn into the police department 2021. This was fired after an investigation. Wow. So she was barely working there, like a year before it's almost like she became a cop to live this fantasy. The extracurricular trysts took place at hotels and parties at other officers' houses and on a boat. While Hall was also accused of performing oral on Powell and Shields. She blew two dudes at a police station and at a police gym. You know what? This is what happens. The cops crime is such that they can't do their jobs. Now they're forced to blow each other, according to a December 28 internal report. Okay, they're digging in the bed again. Officers began to look into the swinging personal lives of the amorous officers when Laverne Mayor Jason Cole received a tip that Hall was sleeping with several cops and had a threesome. Oh my God, this girl does it all. She also had a threesome with Magliocco and his wife. So she is fun, 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 fun. Wow. Is this one of her dudes? When asked about the tip, Magliocco admitted to having sex with Hall on numerous occasions. You'd never suspect. Look at the sweet, innocent face. You would never suspect. He told investigators that Hall had told him about Powell's big black dick and claimed she had performed a sex act on him while the pair were on the clock. Wow. There he is. Magliocco also said he had seen Hal and Holiday kiss while watching football at a party and said Hall had kissed his own wife, Amy, after learning that they had an open marriage. The officer said Hall's husband saw the kiss and told officials the cuckold wasn't really on board with his wife having a threesome with the Maglioccos, but she continued having a relationship with him. There he is. Oh, it's Seneca Shields. Seneca Shields sounds like a porn star name. When questioned, Powell later denied that he had a sexual encounter with Hall, but said everybody knows she has multiple partners. Everyone's doing it. She's the town bike. As he named Holiday and McGowan to investigators. After being caught lying about being at the gym with Hall, Powell admitted to the tryst during a follow-up interview. Powell was then involved in a domestic disturbance with his wife, who told investigators, "Beat the shit out of me," adding that he would most likely lose his children after the spurned woman learned of the affair. Dang, that sucks. It's called having fun at work. It's called the work-life balance, people. Holiday admitted under questioning to having sex with Hall multiple times, and McGowan revealed that he once went to Hall's house with another female and exposed his genitals, according to the graphic report. After initially denying having sexual relationships with Powell and Magliocco, Hall later copped to the affairs. Why is my nose so itchy? Hall later copped to the affairs and also admitted to having sex with Lugo at a motel after they met at a go-kart center. See, love can happen anywhere. You can meet women anywhere, even a go-kart center. A charge that Lugo initially denied before caving under a second interrogation. Under questioning, Shields said, I have never had sex with Maegan Hall, until admitting she had performed oral on him while on duty. He's like, I didn't have sex with her. She just blew me. Damn, girl. These Irish girls, you got to watch out for them. Look at, she's eating with her bare hands. What an animal. And wearing a wedding ring. She a freak. Magliocco also noted he had become concerned about Hall's mental health and heavy drinking and driving. Wow. The officer said Hall had once pulled the trigger on an empty gun and pointed at her temple so she could hear what it sounded like. Whoa. And she was suffering from mental illness, clearly. An oft-mentioned event in the report was a Memorial Day party in a boathouse owned by another member of the department, to which several officers had brought their children. Oh my goodness. At one point during the party, an intoxicated Hall was reportedly being force-fed vodka by What is this, a frat house? Force-fed vodka by Magliocco in the hot tub, at which time her top came off, and the other cops stopped the former officer from drinking and helped her to cover up to protect her. Certainly, after they all got a good look, they were like, all right, that's enough, Megan. Put your top back on. Lugo, Powell, and Shields were also dismissed for violating. It'd be funny if he was like covering the dog's eyes, like, no, don't look. They were dismissed for violating police procedure and lying during the investigation, along with McGowan, who had been witnessing choking an HR employee. What? That sounds unrelated. Sounds like a fun place to work. Holiday, Magliocco, and Patrol Officer Gavin Shoreborough were suspended in connection with the probe. HR Director Andrew Patton, who authored the report and conducted the investigation, sanctioned the 8 officers for various penalties for sexual activity while on duty, sexual harassment, conduct unbecoming of an officer, and lying during the course of investigation. It's hard being a cop, you know. Sometimes you got to just let off steam in the form of getting blown at work. It was further revealed that Hall and many of the male officers had shared lewd texts and pornographic images of themselves. Pornography and offensive pictures at the workplace are forms of sexual harassment. These items are offensive, inappropriate, and can lead to a hostile work environment. It didn't sound hostile to me. It sounded like they all were having a blast. Except for that one person that got choked. I don't understand that. Snitches get stitches. Yeah, HR. HR is trying to ruin their good time. Wow. She was so highly respected by her colleagues in the department that every member came to attention when she entered a room. Haha, that's great. That's funny. Wow. We had a similar situation also in Tennessee some years ago where a police officer ended himself after figuring out his police officer girlfriend had slept with most of her coworkers, men or women. See, it's like these cop uniforms are a turn on. This is what happens. She was in the house when it happened after a tense SWAT standoff. This kind of behavior could be PTSD related. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, she was drinking a lot. Wow. It does sound maybe PTSD related. Let's blame it on the PTSD. Wow. I hope they're all going to be okay. Tennessee sounds like a fun place to work if you're a cop. Interesting, right? Do you guys want to be cops now?
The next day.
Let's go back to talking. Remember how I talked about yesterday? There were like all the cops in Tennessee that were like fucking and blowing each other at the police station. Well, guess what? There's a follow-up story. Park Ranger hubby of Tennessee cop fired for sex romps with fellow officers may not have supported the open marriage. This to me sounds like good old-fashioned cheating. The husband of a Tennessee cop who was fired for having sex with 6 other officers is a wholesome state park ranger, the Post has learned. Ex-cop Maegan Hall said that she and her husband, Jedediah, oh boy, you married someone named Jedediah, were in an open marriage, although he did not seem to be on board. He did not realize your marriage was ajar. According to an internal investigation at the Laverne Police Department, according to Hall's Facebook page, she and Jedediah were married on May 23rd, 2018, born in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Jedediah, I always thought it was Jebediah, said the time he spent in Henry Horton State Park as a child inspired him to work with the Tennessee State Parks. Oh, that's so sweet. That is wholesome. Without much money to travel, Henry Horton became my family's to go to summer destination. Growing up on the trails and swimming in the river made me fall in love with our state parks and being in the outdoors, he wrote in a blog. Aw. Oh my God. What a sweetheart. Look at that face. What a dumb whore. Jedediah Hall had initially planned to become a teacher, he said. However, while working toward his degree at the Middle Tennessee State University, he was hired by the state as a seasonal interpretive recreator over the summer. Oh, he looks like a nice guy. That summer changed my life. I decided to teach park visitors about Tennessee's history and natural resources. Oh. He said his favorite part about working for the state parks department is witnessing the look in our visitors' eyes when they connect with our state's cultural resources. That wow moment makes all the hard work worth it, and it makes me fall in love. Yeah, sounds like Megan should have come to bed one day in like a tree outfit, and then maybe that would have gotten him hard for her. Maybe he was more into nature than his wife. He also encouraged anyone interested in joining the state parks department to start by volunteering at their local parks, picking up garbage, and helping with waterway cleanups. Jedediah did not immediately respond to the voicemail left by the Post. Instead, she wanted this. She wanted some BBC. Yeah. And that guy. Megan Hall, who joined the force in 2021, and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild affairs that excluded exchanging nude photos, taking her top off at a hot tub party, and even having oral sex. She blew 2 dudes at the office. Megan Hall was ultimately fired for the misconduct, along with Sergeant Lewis Powell, Officer Juan Lugo, Sergeant Ty McGowan, and Detective Seneca Shields, which I feel like is a great porn name. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, Patrick Magliocco and Larry Holliday, kept their jobs but were suspended because they did not come. I'm just kidding. According to reports, in the December 28 report, Magliocco said he had seen Hall and Holliday kiss while watching football at a party, and said Hall had kissed his own wife, Amy, after learning they had an open marriage. Oh, sad. The officer said Jedediah saw the kiss and told officials he really wasn't on board with his wife having a threesome with the Magliocos, but she continued having a relationship with him. He should have dumped her at that point. Look at it. He's got tree tattoos. He's got a bear tattoo. She's got a tattoo of herself blowing 6 dudes at a police station. Magliocco also noted that he had become concerned about Hall's mental health and heavy drinking. He said Hall once pulled the trigger on the empty gun pointed at her temple so she could hear what it sounded like. Yeah, that's bad. Powell initially denied that she had a sexual encounter with Hall, but said everybody knows she has multiple partners, as he named Holiday and McGowan, 2 investigators. Holiday admitted under questioning to having sex with Hall multiple times. And he went to Hall's house with another female and exposed his genitals. Why is that so fun to say? After initially denying having sexual relationships with Powell and Magliocco, Hall later fessed up to affairs and admitted having sex with Lugo at a motel after they met at a go-kart center. Wow. Eating with her hands. Disgusting. Oh, these probably are chicken wings, actually. Under questioning, Shields said, I had never had sex. I feel like I read a lot of this yesterday. A repeatedly mentioned event in the report was a Memorial Day party in a boathouse owned by another member of the department. Gotta watch out for these boats. Intoxicated, just general horror, chicanery, buffoonery. Dang. It's awful the post didn't keep the husband out, but now everyone knows what he looks like and where he works, and he's gonna get unlimited sympathy action. Poor guy, though. It's honestly just straight up mean outing him like that, and the park promo part was weird. He hasn't even commented. If he could have checked a box or two, he would be considered a victim. He is the victim. What's wrong with sympathy? I think he should get a lot of sympathy puss from he could meet a park lady, you know, someone who won't break his heart. He'll just have to, like, tell his problem to the woodland creatures, and they'll be like, "We understand," and they'll just, like, jump on his shoulder and be like, "There, there." Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Love you, get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.